So
keep
have you met
talking.
Webster?
And, you tell me what video you want.
The Webster Tarpley on Iran.
Have you met Webster?
This will be good.
I
This will
haven't
be good,
seen that,
folks.
but Bradley Zing, Bradley Zing.
Yeah.
He has a good connection with this guy, and he was about to ask Tarpley to come on my show, but not the TV show, the radio show, the Echo. On, but I follow this guy, and I follow his speech on YouTube here, there. You know, he's a very interesting scholar. He's
I've listened to a lot of people. You know,
Yes.
Michael Parente. I'm a very
Yes.
big fan of Michael Parente. Cornell West.
Yes.
You know, and then Cornell West has. I hate to say it here because the feds will be after me. But he's said some little 9/11 truth things along the way.
Yeah.
Somebody caught him getting into a taxi cab, and
Yes.
I mean, it's just so obvious to anybody who can think. And this was years ago, you know.
Yes.
And you're saying, yeah, you know, we need, yeah, 9/11 should be looked into, obviously, and so on. Anyway, Webster is awesome.
Yes.
I don't agree with everything
Yes.
he derives from the information
Yes.
he's pulling from, but the information he's pulling from is undeniable. He's speaking, you know, he knows the record inside and out,
Yes.
backwards and forwards.
And Jennifer, what is your specialty?
What do you mean?
I know that you talk about your major. You studied
Intercultural studies.
intercultural studies. so that's
Intercultural?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even
That's
know what that
wonderful.
is.
I'm going to study different cultures.
Yes.
You just study, it's like one of my favorite social studies in school, right?
Yeah, that's wonderful because technically you can carry on. I don't know if you've ever been interested, but you can go to the international affair field. Am I right? Or if you know, or even political science.
What do you do with the degree, right? I mean,
Live.
I mean, I think that's what
It's a good knowledge base. I mean, intercultural
Oh, it's
studies,
wonderful.
especially, I mean, even it would relate in a major metropolitan area,
Mm-hmm.
aside from geopolitical purposes.
Right, right. You're not necessarily going to go challenge Zbigniew Brzezinski, but
Now, Rahm Emanuel is another story.
ooh,
And
we haven't mentioned him in a while.
And that guy actually, Brzezinski, by the way, had a very, very major role in toppling down the Shah's regime. Not only that, but right after that, you would see, okay, he helped with the Islamic Revolution. Not only that, he helped Mujahideen in Afghanistan. He shaped lots of these fundamental.
He did. He shaped this whole thing we're
Yes.
seeing over there.
Yes.
But
And
you
it-
wouldn't
and
challenge
he,
him.
and he wrote about it in the Grand Chessboard.
Exactly.
But you wouldn't challenge him?
Well,
I mean-
I was saying that Jennifer necessarily. But
Oh.
by the way, I wanted to make a point that I also do not watch television, Jennifer. So we have that in
Yeah,
common.
something in common.
I think that's really cool because I think it is poisoning the minds of people.
Yes.
It's unfortunate. It's an incredibly
But watch this show.
promising media.
show.
You know, I mean, it could be doing so much good.
I do watch Rescue Me. It's
Yeah.
You watch what?
Rescue Me. It's damn entertaining.
Rescue Me? Oh, yeah. Well, great. You know, and I know there's good
guys.
stuff out there that I'm missing. I know that there is. Yeah.
Okay.
Ready.
Do we have the? Okay, I
We're gonna
believe
roll
we have
the
the clip. we
Webster
rolled it,
clip.
Yes.
How long is it?
The nightmare vision of the Cold War is back. Now, obviously, the big threat is the immediate attack on Iran. Woolsey, the former head of the CIA, was asked, what's his Iran policy? And he says, it's bomb, 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 Iran, bomb, 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 Iran. War, war, war. any conceivable human problem, their answer is war. And of course, the US and the British are committing acts of war against Iran, and have been for years practically, with special forces on the ground in Iran, of tremendous consequences. The goal of all this is the Bernard Lewis plan. And in particular, this you can see, it calls for the carving up, the dismemberment, the balkanization of every state in the Middle East, but in particular, Iran. Notice that part of Iran will be carved away, according to the US-British plan, for the Kurds, for the Azerbaijanis, for the Turkmen, for the Baluchis, and the really interesting one is this one, Arabistan, Ahvaz, or Khuzestan as it's called. This happens to be the oil area. It's got all the oil fields in the Carg Island tanker terminal, and the US and the British are sending in terrorists right now to commit terrorism in this area with the view to detach it from Iran and make it into an Anglo-American colony. I call this the BP Liberation Front, because British Petroleum, this is of course the Anglo-Iranian oil company. This is the mastermind of the entire thing. This is the person who's running US and British Middle East policy. It is Bernard Lewis, agent of the British Arab Bureau. Note well, a certified British agent runs the entire policy. That was the Bernard Lewis plan you have seen. The Israelis have their own version of it, but it all comes from him. In other words, the program of the US and the British and the Israelis is the destruction of entire nations. That is their goal. Now, naturally, you cannot do this without eliciting tremendous resistance, rivers of blood, kinds of retaliation that we don't want to find out about. And then, of course, we go from the Middle East regional war involving Iran, Syria, Hezbollah in Lebanon, and other states. You can just imagine, I could give you detailed scenarios how they all get involved, to a world war. This is the oil aorta of the world, right? Here's the Persian Gulf, or here's the Straits of Hormuz. This stuff out here is the Gulf of Oman. Still further is the Arabian Sea. About a third of the world's oil comes through here. And it's about as narrow as the island of Manhattan. And a couple of hulks sunk here will block it. Plus, you can release mines. You can use any kind of tanks, artillery you have, torpedoes, suicide boats, whatever you want, to sink all kinds of tankers and other vessels in this area. And in case of a war with Iran, it is very likely that the Iranians will simply interdict the Straits of Hormuz, cutting off 1/3 of the world's oil. And for you who are so dependent on automobiles, that means $200, $300 a barrel oil, $500 a barrel oil, $25 a gallon for your gasoline, $50 a gallon for your gasoline. The end is the opposite. But from a military point of view, we are now on the verge of the absolute critical period.
Oil fields, oil fields, oil fields, oil fields, oil fields, oil fields. Oil, oil, oil. That's it, isn't it? This whole damn thing was about oil. Wasn't it? Yes, it was.
Yeah, thank you so much. Welcome back. That was a great clip by Mazdak Caspian. Thank you so much, Mazdak. That was great. Basically, I totally agree with Tarpley. There is a plan. Like Tarpley says, they want to break down that nation as a whole and divide and conquer. And what do you think about it, Jennifer?
Well, I think, I know that you don't like to use the term New World Order, but I'll have to use it. I think that Iran is a huge obstacle that the New World Order has to eliminate.
Yes.
Because Iran, they don't go along. Most Iranians, as far as I know, what I have studied in Iran, they don't really go along with the New World Order's agenda. They believe that human life is sacred. They have lots of children, and like you said, they're very old world, and they are what they are. And I don't see Iranians as a people who are easily manipulated, and I think that is a problem for the New World Order, and I think for that reason, in their minds, Iran has to be divided, conquered, and eliminated for them to proceed with their agenda of global domination.
Yeah.
Then
Yes.
you brought up a good point, Q, about the Ayatollah.
Yes.
His father